I don't want nothing to do with the box. Now I started off my little rambling. Y'all know I'm buzzing right now. I started off my little rambling saying that I appreciate the men. But I got up early this morning. Let me tell you why I appreciate the men. Now, you don't see these men. You don't see the men like commenting. Well, I do have some day one hardcore followers that are men. And they comment and, they're on my everything I post. They're on there. But yesterday, other people that I don't see commenting were either in my inbox or had liked it, and they were men. But because when you have if you have a professional dashboard, then you can get information over there, certain types of information about who's watching you. I mean, if you have a blue check and Meta, you get more information about the people that watch you. So I went in this morning and I did some research about who's watching me. So I went and I found out a lot of men watch me. A lot of men follow me. They don't comment, but something about the video yesterday, they heard me. And several of them were in my inbox. not on no creepy shit either. Like, I mean, some strong godlike behavior. Yeah, they came, they saw, they heard me, and them those gods stood up in them. So they heard me, a signal that went out, a frequency that went out, and it woke them up. And so I'm actually doing this video because one of them has encouraged me to take you on this journey of this new beginning with me. Although you've already been on the journey, I'm just being more frank and open about it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you just really see. I'm going to be raw and real and let you really see what it's like to really pick yourself up again. I've come to the conclusion in this side of my life that I belong to the Most High. I'm a servant of the Most High. And there's, even though I was trained to reign, I don't know nothing else. I was trained to be a leader. I don't know. I was trained to be a leader even before I got into church. From high school. Anybody on here that went to high school with me knows that I was a leader in high school. I was the president of the youth NAACP, the president of the Youth National Council of Negro Women. I was the president of the Talented 10th program that, it was actually in 1984. It started in 83. It was our version of student council and the honor society, because things were still pretty racist back then, and they didn't have any black people on any of those things. And there were several of us that were more qualified than the ones that they had on there, and we knew that. Shout out to Larry Parham. May he rest in peace. May he rest in power. That was my man. I loved Larry Parham because he was a fathering spirit to me. When I was in high school, he saw me. He knew I had what it had. Even though I come from a shattered background, they knew that. And man, when you read my book, you're gonna see some stuff. I'm gonna start talking about it because it's gonna be out next year. That's one of the reasons I'm looking for a place, because I need to dedicate space to be creative. And it's healing. It's self-care for me. I don't have to move out. No, I don't. But I want my daughter to have the college experience. I had it. I went away to college. I want her to have that. She can't live in the dorms. We live relatively smack dab right at Eastern and University of Michigan. So she wants to do this. Go for, I don't know, she wants her degree. Period. That's just something she wants. And I'm with it, because anything she wants, I'm gonna make sure it to move heaven and earth if I can for her to have it. Because the things that she's asking for are things to build her up. She's in a world where everybody's looking at her like, you're in a wheelchair, you're not gonna be anything. You're not gonna be anything. But I'm gonna tell y'all that my daughter has the matriarchal energy on her life. She already takes care of her people. She already speaks to her people. She already understands the energy that is over her life is healing. She already understands that. And people that interact with Micah for real, they don't see that chair. They don't see that chair. And Micah got sisters now that can line up this sidewalk here. They don't interact with her according to that chair. Like, I mean, she gets invited to she gets invited to everything. Micah's a model in Detroit. She's I don't know how many wheelchair models there are in Detroit, but I can tell you Micah is one of them. She's already being recognized, being out in the public in Detroit. Like we got a whole different life down here. And so I want her, if she wants to get her degree, I want her to have her degree. Now we got to be creative about, how she does things. When she goes to school, she's got to have a parapro, a person that is with her that can be her hands, because she can't type and stuff, but she knows what she's talking about. And so she can dictate. It's not good for me to do it because I'll just do her work and say, look, that's why, she has started college and she's completed a semester. But when she realized that, now I made sure she knew the information. So she could tell you everything that we learned, in what we were doing. But in there she was doing research. They were teaching her how to do research and how to write a professional paper, a research paper, or a term, a research paper. And so I'm a researcher. I have a master's in science. That's what we do. We research, we watch, we observe. And so I wrote everything. I did everything and just told her what it meant. I explained it to her the way I could, and I did I went back to school. That's what happened.